I'm going with Swami Kotkat.
What's up, guys? This is Big E back again with another recap, and we're going to be covering the Suomi Kotkat versus Spartans Legacy War. Um, this war wasn't arranged, and it wasn't just a normal arranged, it was the first of Season 2 of CWL. The first war for Suomi Kotkat in the CWL, and the first round of Season 2. So, I'll just explain a little bit why we've only got 70 out of 80 attacks used. In the war, we had, and this is 2 hours before the end of prep day, we discovered that, well, we actually just got banned 2 of our 1009s and 1 of our 1010 accounts in war, and another player, well, one of the 1010 ban had another account of his in the war, so it was clean, it was not banned, but we opted not to use that account just out of, fairness, and likewise we had another 1010 who has a mini account which wasn't even in the war, but once again we didn't use those attacks, so we were disadvantaged right from the start of this war, and it was a really big morale blower for us, but I'm really proud of the guys because we came through here and we got a score which I was, comparing it to some of the other scores in the league, and in a breakdown this heavy we ran a 5-15 breakdown against Spartans Legacy. We actually equaled the score of clans running, lower breakdown in the same league. So we're looking up, and we'll be back for next week. We were elite gaming next week, and looking forward to that one. That'll be a really competitive war, and we should be up to the full 80 attacks then. Just take a look at what SL did to our side. Spartans Legacy killing it as expected. We wish we could have given them a closer war, but I'm sure we'll face them again sometime in the future. They had an 11v11 triple, they went perfect on dips, and they got 6 10v10, so really big shout out to them. On our side, and they had a really good 1009 hit rate as well. On our side, we had, we didn't clear this space, we really struggled on it. We went for an 11v11 and only one started at the last minute, because we tried to triple. But we did grab ourselves an 11v11 also on number 5. And we got 3 10v10. We had a one dip fail, I think, out of them all. And our 1009 hit rate was not up to point, but it could have been better. I think the morale was down, so we're gonna, not put a lot of pressure on our guys for this war. But they done a really good job, and I was pretty happy with what they pulled off. So I'm gonna show a 10v11 raid. The first one being from Havoc. This was just a really nice hit. When I watched it, I was like, damn, Queen charging the Town Hall on a 10v11 raid. One of the things I like to see. Comes in here with the Wizard and the Loons, and now he's going to start his Queen walk. So it's perfectly done, so his Queen wraps around and walks to the south side of the compartment. So she walks south at this point. Instead of going north, which you might think she would, she is going to go up and grab the Dark Barracks and the Air Defense, I believe, and then she'll wrap back around as planned. I think this was the second hit on this base. It wasn't fresh. On the first hit, the Queen charge didn't go quite as planned, and that's what cost them the raid. But Havoc was able to clean it up, and that's cleanups. They're a tough thing to do. You do know the CC, and you know what doesn't work, but you also can sometimes struggle to come up with new ideas. Especially if there's already a good plan in place, but that might be what you have to do. Wall breakers coming here, and he gets a little bit of trouble with these wall breakers, but his Queen is going to break in that corner wall there, and this is part of the plan here. The area up there was funneled, so she is not going to walk into the 9 o'clock compartment and instead stay in that one because of what she achieved earlier. And his Queen is going to take care of the Inferno in a second. She's going to go from cannon, then she'll go for the builder hut where she is in range, and the CC comes out, but he is able to snipe that Inferno Tower with the ability. And then goes the Poison and the Rage to deal with the defenses and the CC. Gonna speed through this sound a little bit. Clears up with the pups, doesn't use a minion on those pups, and now he notices, he's running out of time here. His Queen's about to take care of the Eagle, so he can send a few loons in from there to start doing the work. and then go a few more loons with the haste. This is BK and Boars are just making sure his AQ will stay in, and they're grabbing some more percentage. And here she'll go down for the CC, while his BK is working up top with the Boars, and they're going to grab a good amount of percentage. The loons up top didn't quite get what he wanted. Here goes the last rage, and you'll notice as well, he has a golem and 7 Boars in the bag, so they are purely going to be for percentage, which he's going to throw down at the south side. Because he knew this base was dead with that queen charge. She's going to wrap all the way back around and help out with those BK and with golem Boars. And the raid ends up running out of time. So, you know, he could have got a lot more percentage here if he'd started some things earlier, but it's not a worry. He grabbed final percentage of 64%, there we go. And he had some 3 minions in the bag, so not always ideal to be saving troops on a 10v11 raid, but no worries. Nice job, Havoc, there. Gonna take a look at this 11v11 from Atu. And you'll have seen in a couple recent videos, this Atu has been getting 11v11 galore, I think is the phrase to call it. And you'll also notice with this base, the 4 air defences are outside, but he's not going to take advantage of that. He's just going to see they're easily targetable by Laloon, and instead he's going to use his heroes to take care of the 2 Wiz Towers and an Archer Tower at the south side, which is very valuable as well. The sweepers are all pointing into the core, which does protect the eagle, but other than that, it's not going to cover much else of the base, and it's purely anti-2 design, so that's how this triple was able to happen. Opts for 3 hounds for the 4 air defences because they're so exposed, and just a crap ton of loons. And the haste down on either side. Runs out of loons on the south area there, which is unfortunate, or the 9 o'clock area. Down goes symmetrical rages. Pops the warden, a little bit rough on the warden ability there. He'd have been better with a haste in the core for the eagle, but the rages do take care of the infernos, which is key, and the sweepers. And now he's got more loons, which he's sprinkling on either side to the wizard tower. And the last haste was using the core, and it's a little bit rough. Doesn't get much value out of that haste. He could have held on to it a little bit. But you'll see his warden's on low health, and he's going to come over here and help out. He probably wasn't necessary because he does have a heal in the bag, which he's going to throw down right just now and cover the last 4 defences that are going to be able to affect his loons. And he's got plenty of cleanup as well from pups and minions. Absolutely trashed this base. You know, we were screaming in clan chat just because it's really, really good when your clanmate gets an 11v11 triple. And it doesn't help if you're going to be 1-starring on an 11v11 or not tripling because you've essentially wasted a town hall 11 hit. We're now going to check out the 3 10v10s which we had. The first one is on number 10. Number 15. This was the first 10v10 for us in the war. And it's just an absolute beautiful hit. We had this scouted by a 9s. We did get a couple scouts from the town hall 9s, and Nipsu, who's M8, is able to come in here with a goboho lalo, and the reason for this is the CC is not Hound Loon. Uses a couple wizards and boars to funnel, and then he's going to perform just a light kill squad. His wall breaker is perfectly timed, and everything paths in exactly where he wants it. Down goes the last building there, and his queen will go down behind the golem. Good timing on the wall breakers. This was a cleanup from a failed 10v10 and obviously the scout. And crap ton of boars, and they're going to take care of 3 air defences, all the wizard towers, 2 expos. You know, it's just insane value for a kill squad. And he is going to burn rage and a heal and another rage on them in a second, which will go down. Yep, that rage there kind of misses on that, if you can see behind the Wi-Fi symbol, but there it goes, and you can see the rage is purely for his AQ. BK and Boars broke out, which was unfortunate, but they're going to do some work around the side, and they're going to be the ones to come around and take care of that air defense. AQ in the core will not take care of the CC because the X-bow will kill her. And these boars and BK are going to be heroes over there. And I think they nearly take the air defense, but I'm not sure if they fully get it. Yeah, you see there. 2 hounds for the last air defense, and he's just going to haste through the rest of the base. And that hound will fly across the last air defense with all these loons that I counted, and there was 15 out of the 18 loons used left at the end of this raid. At this point, there's all 18 are left, but now you'll see a couple go down to the Tesla and the air skellies, and that's the end of this raid. I'm going to cut the video there and be right back with the rest. Just make sure that Wi-Fi's gone away. Wi-Fi symbol's gone away. Really nice job to M8 on that 10v10 there. And we're back, and we're going to check out the second 10v10 of this war from our side, and this is from Ruler. So once again you'll see the air defences on one side of this base, and he's just going to take advantage of it and goboho lalo. He uses AQ here, and he does a naked queen walk, completely naked actually, straight into the goboho lalo. Uses the baby drag over there, which is going to take care of the golds, and it's going to grab the gold storage next, I think. Or it will go for the the gold storage next, and it will take the dark elixir drill as well. His AQ paths around, and in go all the boars. Down goes the rage and the jump. He'll throw down the heal in a second for his troops. Or does he opt? He doesn't opt to use the heal. My bad. His AQ takes care of that CC hound, and his kill squad have wrecked that side of the base. So now he's got 21 loons and 2 hounds for the 3 air defences left. And 2 infernals, I should add. But you'll notice that the infernal tower up there is easily targetable by the loons, and the air defences are quite exposed. At least 2 of the 3 of them are. So he's just going to haste his loons and haste and heal in the core of the base. Down goes the heal and the rage. Really nice job on the looting here. That hound's going to pop to the X-bow. Oh no, I forgot. It doesn't pop to the X-bow. The infernal beams are taken up, but you'll see hound comes across, wizard tower gets 1 splash shot off, and out goes the last couple of pups. And once again you'll see loads of loons left up at the end of this raid. That's a very solid amount for a 10v10 raid, so nice job to Ruler. And he had plenty of clean up down very early and good finishes on the CC. I'm going to check out the last 10v10 and then a couple Town 9 raids as well for this replay. So that'll be a recurring theme for the CWL recaps I cover from Suomi. I'll show some Town 9 raids, some 10v11, some 10v10, or the 10v10 raids and the 11v11 raids, if there is any to show. But this plan was, I think this was the 4th or 5th attempt with this plan specifically. It was a really nice plan. I think Vinyl came up with it, and Jason Bourne was able to clean it up at the very end of the war, live on stream. Shout out to JB for that, and shout out to his base building for this war. Put in a lot of effort, and it was a shame that we got those bans with all the base building. That did go in. BK and boars take care of enemy AQ and the Inferno. Or not enemy AQ, enemy BK and the Inferno, and an air defense. And his queen's going to march around here. You'll notice the top side's got excellent pathing for a lalo now. In a second, his queen will deal with the enemy hound, and he uses a wizard to help out with that. We failed on this raid a couple times with just purely a cleanup because this queen walks so long. You'll see he's been going for a minute now already, and he has just a minute and 41 seconds left. I think he had about 5 left in the live replay. It was live on stream and it was pretty epic to watch. This is a really nice touch that I think M8 added to the plan in a second. Uses the rage there, and his AQ is going to get quite low, but the healers will step in, and now he's able to rage 1 wall breaker to take care of the first layer. 3 more wall breakers in, and they're going to open up the second layer of walls, which is really, really nice. So his AQ can now charge in and help out with the cleanup a lot easier. and she is going to need ability in a second. And in goes the flight from the north side, so let's see, pops queen ability there. He's going to throw down a haste in the second, or the rage for the Lalo. And Ezekiel's going to be fine, she's not going to need any more spells on her. She's going to take care of those Teslas. And the Lalo's getting a little bit thin in the core, this happened several times in this raid. Drafts in a couple loons from this side, a couple loons from that side, and they are going to get the job done, which is really good to see. Or no, my bad, they don't get the job done, but his queen is going to get the job done, because of that little wall breaker in over there. And you'll see the cleanup. It's the cleanup for the minions and the pups that do the job in the end. I'm going to fast forward this queen in the core. She's going to take care of the CC, take care of the archer tower, wrap around, but those minions get it down first. Going to check out skills on number 22, and this was a really nice raid. Just a mass hog here. Times 2 of these Tunnel 9 raids. 4 heals, uses a couple of Valks and BK and AQ to take care of the CC and enemy AQ. And it's really good value on that because he grabbed a couple Teslas and defenses along with it. Sends in a couple loons to take care of Tesla and an archer tower. And I think possibly there's a giant bomb. They had a lot of outside giant bombs in Tunnel 9 bases, so he takes care of whatever could have been there in the first place. I've seen skills do a couple mass hog raids and he likes to opt for a late heal, so he lets a bunch of hogs die. In goes the first heal, in goes the second heal. Poison to slow down the enemy BK. And he sends in the giant up top, which kind of gets melted. But he's got 2 heals in the bag, crap ton of hogs, and only a small quadrant of defenses left, which he's just going to use the 1 heal for. And he's going to come away with a swag heal on a mass hog raid. That's it. Good job to skills on that, and shout out to skills for the 6-pack. I'm only going to show Tunnel 9s that got a 6-pack this war. Nice, there goes the swag heal. And I think that's what I'll do for every CWL recap. So the next one we're going to check out is, and shout out to Joy, I didn't check any of his raids to share, but we're going to check out Stitch, and this was just a really sexy raid. I think I watched this one live, and he wrecks this base completely. You'll see he wrecks this base. Wizards down either side, Golems down either side, and he's got 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, and he's got the CC of Boars, and he's going to run straight through the middle of this base. So basically, I'm not sure how to say it. Goboho baby. Goboho baby sounds good. The wizards are doing work down the sides because there's not a lot of point defense that's going to take care of them, just the mortars. But they get a really nice funnel for his kill squad, which allows it to push straight through the base, even with the dead zones there. So the boars, P.E.K.K.A.s, and golems and heroes are doing really big work in the core. That goes heal in a second. There it goes, and his BK is going to beat through this wall, and he's got 7 baby drags, which he just sprinkles around the base. But I think he holds on to 4 of them, because at this point you see his kill squad's surviving strong in the middle of that core. No hero abilities used. BK pops there, and he's just got plenty of baby drags to sprinkle around the base. AQ ability goes down, and he'll save 2 baby drags at the end of this, or 1. Yeah. So nice job to Stitch on this one, and he likes bringing the 6-pack. Good job to him, and good job on the creative army for Tunnel 9. And he killed this base, and that's good to see. Last one we're going to check out is Letu, which is Atu's Tunnel 9. And I watched this raid, and it was just another more varied attack from the Tunnel 9s. These bases were insane from Spartans Legacy. I'm going to come out and say it. I had a disconnect 5 seconds into my first raid, and on my second raid, just completely flopped it, which didn't help at all for the rest of the war, but I'm going to admit it. These bases were just sick. Like, really big shout out to the Spartans Legacy base builders for Tunnel 9, Tunnel 10, and Tunnel 11. Because they really kept us down in comparison to some wars we've had. EQ is being used to walk along the northeast side, and she's going to take care of 2 air defenses and a wizard tower. and get really good funnel for his kill squad. You'll see he doesn't decide to funnel this side because he doesn't need to, because there's a Tesla farm outside the base. So he uses that jump so that troops can get in to reach the enemy AQ. But that's all it's going to be used for, and the troops are just going to path down the side of this base, which is just, it's perfect, it looks amazing, and it really works out well for the raid plan. AQ's going to grab Teslas as well up top. And he's got 2 hounds left and 20 loons for 1 air defense and a few whiz towers. And he's got heal and a few haste in the bag, so he's going to be really good here in this raid. The kill squad really got him set. You'll see this Town Hall 9 raid looks similar to, you know, your Town Hall 10 style raids. And that's because Atu's just a beast, and it works at Town Hall 10, so why wouldn't you use it at Town Hall 9? He sees his loons are under attack there, but the hound steps out ahead. He loses a few here, but he sprinkles in more, and he's not going to need that heal, so once again, more swag from the guys. 1009, and shout out to Atu for that raid. Throws down the poison and the heal in the core of the base. That's all from this recap, and I'll be back next week with the Elite Gaming War, and possibly, if we have a good random matchup during the week, some good coverage of that. Thanks for watching, and leave a like and subscribe.